Hi there, this is Khalid Abrar. Today's lesson is about the pronunciation and listening practice in English. We'll go over stress, rhythm, connected speech, deletion, and transformation. Learning the pronunciation rules of English isn't just about to speak more clearly. Learning and practicing how the native speakers transform their speech will help you to understand them when they are speaking. Let's practice English pronunciation rules by trying to improve your listening skills by analyzing some of the sentences. I understand how hard it's got to be, but you have to do some work here. I understand how hard it's got to be, but you have to do some work here. I said these two sentences very informally and naturally, and I transformed this speech as many native English speakers would in quick and casual conversation. Let's analyze. Sentence number 1. I understand. Notice how I connected my speech between all of the words in both the sentences. When I connected I plus understand, the Y sound from the I became attached to the understand, which then sounded like you understand. I understand. Understand how. Here I connected the speech so that the H becomes a bit less pronounced. Sometimes in real life I say the H and sometimes I don't. This is because I don't want it to slow me down. The goal of English is to be efficient, to say the most you can in the shortest amount of time. Saying an H clearly sometimes slows us down, so we often delete it in function words. Hard-its. Notice how I connected the consonant D in hard to the vowel I in it to say dits, hard-its. Note that hard is the most informal way of saying difficult. If I were speaking or writing in an academic or work setting, I would have said a more sophisticated term such as difficult or challenging. Note also that it is a bit more informal and should be avoided in academic writing. You would write it is, or better you replace it with a more sophisticated verb. Got to. Gotta. First I connected the verb got to and said got to with no breath between words. Then I de-stressed the function word to and set it as the. Got to became gotta. Note that saying got to or gotta is an informal way of saying has to or must. B. In English, we do not de-stress the last word in sentences, even if they are function words, so you can say the B loud and clear. I'll say this sentence again like a native English speaker would in casual conversation. Notice how the pitch of my voice, the musical note, goes up on the most important words in the sentence. I understand how hard it's got to be. I understand how hard it's got to be. Sentence number 2. But you have to do some work here. But you. So when we connect our speech, the t of the but hits the y of the u. The t and the y becomes the ch. Then because you is a function word, a pronoun, I de-stress it and said you as y. But you became butcha. Have to. When I combine the verb have to, I would say have to. I de-stress the function word, the preposition to say it as t. The voicelessness of the t, meaning no vibration in the vocal cords, transform the v in the how to its voiceless counterpart f. So have to became have to, became have to, which became have to, do. To create the do sound, be sure to round your lips to include the w sound at the end of the do. Some work here. Notice how I connected all of the words and I didn't take breaths between each word. Work is a focus word in this thought group, so because I wanted the listener to focus on that important word, my pitch went up. Some work here. Also, because I connected my speech and am speaking with efficiency, notice that I slightly deleted the h sound in here and said ear. Work here. Sentence number 2 one more time. But you have to do some work here. Notice how I pause for just a moment between the two sentences, and notice how my pitch, the musical note of my voice, goes up on stressed content words and goes down at the end of each sentence. I understand how hard it's gotta be, but you have to do some work here. I understand how hard it's got to be, but you have to do some work here. Remember, you do not need to use all of these pronunciation rules when you speak, and there is no need to sound exactly like a native English speaker. Your individual accent gives you special character and carries your heritage in your speaking. Those are beautiful things to hold on. What is important is that you speak clearly so that you can speak confidently, and that you learn pronunciation rules to improve your listening skill. That's it for the day. If you find the video good and useful, share and subscribe. God bless.